here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in.
Who?
Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Give me my little boy. Hello. 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 How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hey? Good boy.
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-toppa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-toppa, tippa-toppa, dum, ding, dong, dang. So it's all good. Right, here we go. There's the back. Bringing it up, that's not too bad. Okay, let's get that sound going so you can hear me. Alrighty, so what do we need to do? We need to grab this body, and we've got that body. We need to get in there and drill those holes. I've got the drill bit too. I've got black hardware. It's got Mr. Glynn's Cruel Mistress vintage telly pickups, brass saddles, bone nut. It's all good. Where the weed at? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. Good to see you. Welcome on in.
Who?
Okay, so that's that guy there. But that's to show you that copper-looking red cedar when it really gets polished up. It really looks copperish.
Come here, little guy. Give me my little boy. Hello. 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 How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Hey? Good boy.
To go on top. So that's what we did there. That back's going to be sensational. That is so smooth. Very smooth. Ha! Absolutely. They are drums. They're percussion instruments as well as stringed instruments. They can be used. If you watch the old flamenco guys playing, the old Spanish guys, they're doing all that stuff. They're going tippa-toppa, tippa-tippa-dum, ring, 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 tippa-toppa, tippa-toppa, dum, ding, dong, dang. So it's all good. Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Manny here in Sydney on a hot day. Another day, midweek, hump day. Welcome on in. Where's Dana? Is she still around? Has she run off? She's run away. How are we all doing? Just me in the chat at the moment. Hopefully people will stream in soon. Let's see how we go. Checking my messages. we go. Just sending a message to my boy over in Canada. He's flying out of, he's in Abbotsford at the moment on the east coast, and he's coming back to the central part of Canada on his little journey out there. How are we all doing anyway? Are we well? Are we doing okay? Who's on? No one's on. That's okay. All right. What have we got? We've got this guy carved out, roughed out. We're going to now put a 4-degree pitch on the nose, right up across here. And then we're going to smooth all this out and get the final shape of this body done. So lots of sanding to go. The body's a nice weight. It's not too heavy, but it's not very light either. It's just right, as they say. Terry, what's going on? How you doing? So we're going to use our little expanded base, router base. We're going to use a 4-degree ramp. See the 4-degree ramp? And we're going to run that router up at an angle and take off a lot from the nose side and fade away as we go over the body just past the pickup, the first pickup. Happy birthday to who? Dawn is in the house. Is it your birthday? Happy birthday. Tom, what's going on? It is your birthday. Excellent. Welcome on in. Come on in. We're working on this Les Paul. I'm going to flick cameras now and show you what we're up to. Let me just position everything correctly. Move this guy down. Nice router jig. You like that, mate? It's my 4-degree router jig, right? We clamp this end down, we put the body through there, and we run this guy up this ramp and cut a 4-degree nosedive on the front of that Leslie. So let's pull that guy up and get that started. This guy down so we can see a little bit better. There we go. Let's flick over to the other camera, if I can. There it is there, right? So there's our little guy. Essentially what we're doing is we're placing this guy on either side. It's in just like that. It has a 4-degree pitch, and we're going to start taking it from here and working up 4 degrees. So we're going to run this guy pretty much like that. All the way up to there. And all the way down to there. And we're going to go from this end, right across, and get a nice 4-degree pitch, which will bring the fretboard into parallel. Cruise coming up soon. Is that about your 5th cruise this year? All I ever see is photos of you on cruise ships. I'm going to start calling you Captain Stubing next. Fancy Pants. You know me. I'm Fancy Pants. Fancy Pants and the Nitwits. That's me. Going to anchor this guy down. Like that. Like that. And we'll anchor the body as well. Just to keep it from rocking when we're supposed to be rolling. Just to hold it from being pushed off. That ain't moving. That's not going anywhere. And there we have it. We're ready to go. Ha! Remember Fancy Pants and the Nitwits? Only third time this year. Is that all? Okay, so basically what we're going to do is run this guy straight up here and take off a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time. So, time to put my safety gear on. Underpants on. Hairnet on. Safety underpants. All right. I'm actually installing a new barbecue and I'm renovating my barbecue area at the moment. So this afternoon I'll be doing that. I should stream some of that, but I won't have time today. Okay. Griggles, here he is, Orbiter Guitars. What is going on? Fancy Pants is in the house himself. Orby, do you like my 4-degree jig? Do you like my 4-degree ramp? And do you like my extended router base that makes me cut 4-degree angles very easily? You like that? Looks good. It works well too. Something I built that actually works well. So that's a big plus for me. Okay. Let me get my gear on, so to speak. To coin a phrase. Okay. Put my gloves on. And let's get this show on the road. What we'll do next is obviously once I finish the angles here, we're going to take this guy outside. I'll put a flap disc on the grinder and we'll get these steps out and smooth this guy out. All right. Noise warning. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Check your volumes. You've been warned.
Mom, somebody just followed me.
Gathling, thank you for the follow. Welcome on in. Didymus, what's going on? Let's roll. Go deeper. little bit more. Too much. We need to go to about 3/4 of the way past the first pickup. Right. Okay, that's about it. Okay, we've got a bit of an angle there. I'll see if I have to come back a bit further. I may have to come back a bit more. Starting to look good. I'll grab the neck and just fit that in there. Yeah, I've got to come down more. Got to come down a little bit more. Not much, just a bit. Ooh, almost there. Almost there. Okay, just a tad more. So another little light pass. Another 1/8 of an inch. Okay, another 1/8 of an inch into there. Drop this down. Try that. Okay, that should pretty much do it. It usually fans out like that to the sides there. It's looking good. We're right down to the binding, which is a nice thickness to have. That looks just, it's just right. It's definitely 4 degrees. Let's throw that neck in and just double check things. I can always trim the neck blank if we have to. Okay, that's fitting in really well. We just need to trim that neck a little bit. Take about 3 or 4 mil off that, and then it'll fit flush. But the angle is spot on. We've got the right angle now. Don't worry about the heel. We're going to cut that guy off and square it up, but it looks really good at the moment. We're right in there. And I've just got to take a little bit off, but that's looking real good. The front of that guy, just so you guys can see the angle, you can see that dive away. See how that just falls away slightly? From side on, you can see it even better. Okay, and that makes that neck parallel fit nicely into that guy. So all I've got to do is take some of this neck tenon off about 1/8 of an inch, and it'll be flush with that board. I'm going to cut it on the bandsaw. Actually, no, I'm going to cut it by hand. Let me just measure that up. I'll just get the depth of the pocket, and I'll just adjust the depth of or the thickness of the tenon. And then we'll have a nice level playing even fit. So at the start, it's got to be 31 millimeters exactly. So we could go with 30. But let's do that. So at the start, which is right down the front here, 31. It's 35. So we're going to come off exactly about 3 to 4, so about 1/8 of an inch, just over. But I'll go to 1/8 of an inch, and then I'll just file it to where I need it to be. So I'm going to cut that by 3, 1/8 of an inch. Bring that down by 3. Keep it parallel. Guy. Square that up. Wonderful. And down here. Okay, let's grab a saw. Let's cut that. I'll start with, I'll pop that in there. Move this up here. Let's get rid of that router. We're done with that for now. We're going to sand soon. We're going to get the grinder out on that thing. Okay. out of the way. Get this guy in here. Get you down closer. There we go. You can see what I'm doing now. Just trying to position this so I can cut it. This is probably the best way, right here. A couple of clamps required, one under here. Come on, get in there. We're going to cut that down there, so I'm going to grab my trusty sword, saw, I should say, and I'm going to cut that little eighth of an inch off there. Take these gloves off. Gatto, what's going on? Are you in the house? Is Gatto here? Gatto's here. Rage, what's going on? RP Guitars, hey, what's going on? Welcome on in. How do you plan to shape the top? I shape the top with a grinder and a flat disc, a soft disc. So just about 80 grit, and I take those terraces down and then I hand sand. No, orbital will come later. I take most of the big sections out with a grinder. You're in the house. Excellent. Ha. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. So angle grinder, and then orbital sander, and then hand sanding. And then we put some color on it and stain that black, and then sand that off, etc., and so forth. And then we hit it with amber. Okay, so we've got to cut this guy here. Take a little bit off that thickness. Nice and slow. I'll just change saws. I'll grab the open blade. The open blade doesn't have the metal stopper, so it'll go all the way down to at least there. Perfect. Took that slither off. We should be able to fit now. I'm just going to hit this with the Shinto and just flatten that a little bit. There's a couple of little tooth marks in there. I want to make sure that's nice and flat. And we'll give it a test fit. Ah. Right. Beautiful. Let's try that. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, so let's fit that. Not bad. A little bit of cleaning up in there and it should come up nice and flush. There it is. 4-degree angle. Done. Okay, there's the drop. There's the pitch. Okay, and there's our, now we can, when we set that neck, we'll be able to trim that heel flush with the bottom and we're good to go. Fantastic. Happy with that? What do you think? Cowbell, video frozen. Video's not frozen for me. Camera's up. Are we back? It should be okay. There's no freezing at my end. Let me check my stats. Nope, no drop frames. Everything seems fine. Frame rate's fine. It must be Twitch, maybe being a bit twitchy. See you, Dawn. Get on that cruise boat before you miss the dock, before you miss your boarding. You and your cruise ship. Captain Stubing, give my regards to Gopher. Ha! Okay, we're back. Right, cool. So, guys, did you catch up with what I was doing? Was I was basically fitting this guy, and you can see that it's pretty much a good tight fit in there. A little bit of cleaning up in those corners, and we'll get it fitting right in. But there it is. There, all nice and neat, and what have you. Looks pretty good. Looks excellent. There's a little bit of gunk to clean up in here. What we're going to do in a minute is we're going to go out to the out the back and we're going to grind the shape. So I'm going to move that camera first and set up out there. I'll have a break first. Let me grab some water. I need to go and fill this up again. All right, we're going to get our grinder out. Let me set that up. Cheers, big ears. All right. What else have we got here? I'm just catching up with the chat. The Bumstead Marky Mark's in here as well. How are you, mate? Didn't see you earlier on. All right, we've got that angle done, so let's go and clean up, get this stuff together. I'm going to go set up outside, and we're going to grind this thing to a halt, as they say. So give me a second while I move cameras and things. Let me find where I've got my grinder. Grab this other camera. Get this guy sorted out. Move him outside. It's like an escape hatch. It's a 3/4 door because the ceiling's a little bit low there. It's like a basement entry from the side of a house as you go. Like, you know how sometimes you've got the basements that go down, and there's sort of like a 3/4 door. That's what it is. Beep, 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 beep. Just popping this together. Get the extension cord on this thing going, and we'll carry that camera out and set it up. Right, should be good to go now. Let's walk that out. Come on. Damn you. How the hell did it get twisted like that? See if that works in a minute. Let me grab my grinder and set that up here first. Okay. see what we got. Hopefully I have a flat disc. I'll be in trouble if I don't. I'm going to really be pissed off if I don't. And then you'll be even angrier than I am. Let's have a look here. See what I'm doing. Okay, we just open this guy up. All right. Oh yes, I've got a nice worn one, which is what I like to use. I never use anything that's too coarse. I always use a nice 80 grit that's been worn down a little bit. Having said that, Terry, can you remind me to get another flat disc for this grinder? I'll probably get one use out of it before it is done. Loosen up this guy. Got the right collar on it. Tighten that guy up. Tighten that bad boy up. Tighten the bad boy. What did I just drop? Here it is. No, that's not the right collar. Slipping. Come on, guys. Pressure ring on there. That helps. There we go. That's what I wanted. We're good to go. All right. I'll need glasses. I'll need safety glasses because this thing throws crap like nothing else. So I'm going to put my goggles on. I won't need a mask. Ha! He's got an axe to grind. Very funny. Who else have we got there? I need to read that and I can't see anything without my specs. Oh, Pelch is back in. How you doing? Don't forget to get another flap disc. Thanks, Pelch. Thanks for reminding me. Nifty, what's going on? Okay, let's go do some grinding. Gently, slowly, get some shaping done. I need a clamp. I've got this guy. I've got power. Let's switch over to the other camera. What do we look like? There we are. A couple of soccer balls that Buddy was playing with. Okay. Let's grab a mat to protect that body from scratches. Power. We need power, funnily enough. That old chestnut. Okay. Extension cord. Go. Out we go. Right. Just make sure that camera's still working. Is that camera still working? It is. Good. Carry on. Making sure that camera's working. All right. Now we need to do some fine sanding. Let me take some water in and get out of that heat. How are we all doing, guys and girls? Let me show you what we've got. So hopefully you all saw that. Let me grab my glasses, have a read of the chat, catch up, and have a little break because I'm pretty hot. Oh, it's hot out there. As you can see, I'm sweating like a, I don't know, a one-arm bricklayer in Beirut. Whew, nifty, what's going on? I have an axe to grind. Ha! Nifty, I'm all good, mate. Just catching up with the chat. Okay, let's have a look at that closely. There you have it. it's the Carve. Most of the steps are gone now. Look at the profile. You can see that dropping away. That Leslie shape. Especially around the sides here. Just dropping away as Leslie does. Steep at the angles here. A big steep drop off there. Big steep drop off in the waistline because it feels like someone's grabbed her from both hands from both sides and squeezed. So it looks like a squeezy. But that's pretty much it. I'm just going to get the sander now outside and start leveling that out. Yeah, it's going to be good, pals. I'm telling you now. Let me grab a sander. Let me take a break. Let me have some water. I'm really, it's really hot out there. It's in the mid to high 30s. And Celsius. Thanks, Nift. Cheers, big ears. Here's looking up your old address. Okay, let's get back to it. Sander. $80 grit. Got it. Battery. Got it. Let's go do some sanding, guys and girls. We got the right camera on? Yep, we do. Charge that up. Hopefully I've got a battery that works. Otherwise we're going to do other things. At least to keep us going. Yeah, this one's all right. This will keep us going for at least. Okay. Let's clean up and let's have a look at some of these characteristics of this carve. Let me move over to the other camera. All right. We're all stepped out. It just clicks out. Okay, so that's her there. Now I'll get the camera in here, and I'll put it on the bench. We'll put some spirits through it and see what the surface looks like. Okay, and then we can start fine finishing tomorrow, and some color. But let's get the camera back in. We'll get out of that sun. It's bloody hot out there, I'll tell you. Crikey, it's hot. Crikey, it's hot. Oh, man. And I am so sweaty. Working hard in the heat. But you can't really do that inside here. It'll turn into a dust bowl. So, camera down here. Let's have a close look at this guy. All right, there she is. You can see the shape a little bit better there. Okay, there's our belly. You can see our contours. You can see the drop away there, the fall away. You can see the front falls away. A couple of little scratches and things like that, gouges I need to sort out with a little bit of fine sanding. But what we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of color on that. When I say color, just some spirits, to see what that looks like. Are you ready, guys and girls? Do we want to do that? Do we want to do that? Tell me, give me a yes or a no. One for yes. Let's put some stuff on there. Dana, what's going on? Let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Grab some spirits. Grab some cloth. Give it a good a dousing. It's got a very mild flame, but once we stain it, the black should make that flame pop a little bit more. Lots of beautiful rings and markings on that body. You can actually see the real shape there. A couple of little burn spots there. I'm just going to sand those out. But it's a nice carve. It's a nice carve. And we're down to about a 1/16 of an inch. And we're going to bind over that. We're going to drop down and cut a binding channel that's a 1/4 inch and put flame maple binding top and bottom. There we go. She's going to look nice, I think. You like that, Dana? Oh, Leslie, what do you think? Whew, what are we doing? Rage, what are you doing? Ha, Leroy, that's the one. What do you think, guys? Yes, do you like? Let's put a neck on that. So that's the Aussie rosewood there. I'll put some colour on the Australian rosewood so you can see what colour that comes out. Remember, it's an amber tiger eye finish, and the neck is going to match it beautifully when that's all ambered up and oiled. That's the Aussie rosewood there. Australian rosewood, And we've got this beautiful guy here. With the wooden binding. You're eating dinner and getting... Yes, cut it out. Get it cut. Cut your steak like the cover. Practice on your steak and then go and do it on the cavity cover. Yeah. So it's coming together. It's looking okay. I'm starting to like it. It fits nicely. Got that 4-degree angle in there, beautifully done. I'm really happy with that fit. Okay, there she is. All right, she's starting to look like a Leslie now. Guys, what do we think? Are we happy with that? Do we like that? It's going to look nice, is it not? Yes, I think it will. Can't wait to get some black on there and really work that out. So next steps are we got to do some fine sanding, and then we're going to stain it with black spirit-based stain, and we're going to rub sand that right off, leave that prominence in there, and then hit it with the amber and do a slight burst, and then of course we're going to stain the back a cedar color, which is that rich copper mahogany look that I do on my light colored mahogany bodies. And then we're going to have it. I look warm. Man, I've been sweating whilst you've been stuffing your face, I've been outside in the 33-degree sun, Celsius, not that Fahrenheit wussy stuff. I'm very warm. I am sweating up a storm. Izzo's looking great. Tom, it's coming along. Maui Lynn, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Here she is. Where are you, Lynn? Say hello. There she is, Lynn. Look, we've carved the top. See the shape? It's a Leslie. It's a Leslie style. Not quite a Leslie, but it's a Leslie style. It's a bit flat here. I'm going to round these corners just slightly. It needs to be just slightly domed. Just slightly domed. Not too flat. But that's what we're going to do on that guy. Whew. I quit. What are you doing? 91-ish. Yeah. Low. It's not stinking hot, but it's okay. It is if you're sitting there working. Put it that way. All right, I'm going to see who's on. Let's see who's texting me. No one. Beep, 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 beep. Let's see who's on. Whew. I'm so wasted. I'm really tired. Johnny and Heidi are on. Matty Burrows. Peter Northcote's on. I'm going to Pete because I like Pete. He's a good man. Chillax. It's Wednesday, of course. Wednesday is hump day, and Pete has a chillaxing stream. If you guys haven't seen a really cool guitarist, Peter Northcote from Sydney in Australia is a premier guitarist, probably has written more jingles than anyone in the world, and is a great session muso. You've got to check him out, at least for 2 songs. So I'm going to Peter Northcote. Rage, we're going to Pete. You said it. Let's see if that works. That works. Okay, guys and girls, thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. Thank you for the follow, and thank you for the gifted subs. And Maui Lynn, thank you for the resub earlier on. You are amazing. And Gaffleg, thank you for the follow. Guys and girls, hang around. Watch Pete. He's really cool. I'll be back tomorrow. Take it easy. Look after each other and